Hello guys, so welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, we'll start with tonight's show. But before we begin, make I just say something. If you notice, go see these days shows they come late. Like this evening show, they come late for night. Don't be say I know if you put out the show 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, but there are sources I'm waiting for that always drop updates and they come late, you get. And I know they like something when I'm supposed to know today, when I'm going to know tomorrow. In journalism, it is called stale news. That's why I like wait. So when I know vex, that's now the market and the season we did. Okay, so if you drop late, probably if you know if you watch it this night, you watch it tomorrow. Like I don't know what to do. Because I don't want to miss anything I bet. So that's why if you watch even the morning news, I still they delay them. Make I get more mix for the story to give on. That's why I be like that. And so when I try to understand why this thing they come, they don't be say I don't know what thing I do. Okay. All right. So moving on, the first news of the day of the night rather. Now the fact that the Swan, want let us know say Andrea Berta don't open talks with Eberechi's agents over Arsenal move. Now, the way the Sun reported it, one of their editors, what they call Jake Sanders, that actually put out the story and say Andrea Berta has held discussions with the representatives of Eberechi regarding the potential move to the Arsenal. So when you can go for their websites, you can see the same story. Arsenal transfer chief opens talks with Eberechi's agents with Gunners ready to rival Spurs for £68 million. He has a clause, an exit clause of £68 million. Now, in case of those who don't know, Eberechi is an Arsenal fan. In fact, for Arsenal Academy, them pursue him early, say no, they're good enough. So I don't know whether it's get bad blood for us, whether that one, but every time he talks about it, they make him emotional, he go cry. So I'm not gonna know whether he get bad blood for us, or maybe that one go be like motivation. So okay, make us still come with us and make us show them. I don't know. But Spurs they interested. Arsenal are interested according to the reports where they out there. So they say Arsenal ready to take on North London rival Tottenham Hotspur in the race for £68 million striker star Eberechi Eze. Sun Sports understands Gunners chief Andrea Berta has held talks with one of Eze's representatives. So anyhow we be, the report today very, very long. They talk about the player and how Andrea Berta will have to convince the Arsenal hierarchy that paying £68 million for Eberechi is a good business, especially when the player is 27 years old. Because if you understand the way Arsenal they sign now, we they sign to win now. We know they look future again, even though we see they get some people for the future, but one win now, which is why they are looking for somebody like Eberechi 27, which means if they pay that £68 million, don't be surprised. Even the London Evening Standard also carried the story. Arsenal in for Eze. TalkSport themselves carry him. The London Evening Standard were giving attribution to TalkSport. Arsenal have added Crystal Palace star Eberechi Eze to their list of targets. Goal.com also carried the story. Arsenal to hijack, in fact, because everybody is seeing Spurs as the favorites to sign the player. But since we don't talk to representatives, we are ready to hijack the player, just like we hijack this guy, this Brentford guy, Christian Nogard from Tottenham Hotspur. So when you see how they hijack this one, but the angle where Go.com they come into the story and I say them no know whether this one a priority for Arsenal or is a fallback option in case Rodrigo does not work. Now waiting Go.com the reports they don't really know. Get now further reports on social media like team news and ticks. They talk say Eberechi is one of the plans for Arsenal. However, it's unclear if it's the first choice or backup option. Arsenal have already agreed personal terms with Eberechi and the player wants to move. That was not reported by the Sun. So I don't know how credible this source is. So I'll say let's take that with a pinch of salt while we will move on and get clarity in the coming days. So now I will take end that Eberechi story. Now away from that. All right, the likes of Lewis-Skelly don't sign new contracts at Arsenal. In fact, you know what Arsenal do? Arsenal invited all the important people within Lewis-Skelly life, in best friend, in normal friend, in teacher, in previous teachers, in family, in people who are close to his heart, people like Ian Wright, like there are plenty surprising to him, even in Grandma. In fact, he did a tour of the Arsenal stadium with in Grandma. What's the video? It's on the Arsenal website. They do the tour finish, as he come out of the stadium and see all the family. Wow, more. If you watch him, it will make you emotional because he really, in Grandma, they pray for her. I'm proud of you. I'm shaking. Oh, I just be happy for the boy, Sha. It's all good tidings. Yes. So at the end of the day, the guys have made some statements. He say, I know I've taken a lot of experience of the games, about the positive moments, the mistakes that I've made. I'm definitely more ready now for the next season. I just want to keep learning and keep improving. I want a legacy. I want to win every day, everything there is to win in the game. I want to win trophies on the biggest stages whilst being a person that is always learning and stays grounded, which is so important. So, well, I hope he achieves his dream. Yes. Now, the Sun on the report say Kepa Arrizabalaga medical has been completed. So in the next 24 to 48 hours, Arsenal is expected to announce Kepa Arrizabalaga as a new player that have joined us, even though we already know unofficially. So Arsenal will make it official. Announce them, show us all those pictures. Yes, we paid 5 million for that player, and don't forget, Kepa Arrizabalaga is still has the record of the most expensive goalkeeper in the world. Don't forget, we just decided. Now, moving on. So they're going to talk about the waiting game between Arsenal and Benjamin Sesko. So we're going to talk, say, if Arsenal no gets Gyokeres or they no get Sesko, and now we're going to hear the names of the other options where Andrea Beretta they look at. They're going to mention Gyokeres and Julian Alvarez. Let's say these are some of the people Andrea Beretta are looking at in case of necessity. It's okay. We'll just watch. I just hope it doesn't get to that. Get us one of Gyokeres or Sesko. Now, what's in me, I go prefer. Any other person, nobody really inspire confidence with me idea. Now, more on Zinchenko. So many clubs, they reported to be interested in Zinchenko, but one thing has been clarified now. Sources say that staying in London appeals to Zinchenko, like his preference not to still remain in London. And he can't get luck. Say one London team in Fulham, they interested in securing his services. So that one's a good thing. But the only stumbling block now in wages, Fulham is offering 10 million. Arsenal to sell the guy for about 12 million. Zinchenko currently earns around 4.26 million in a year and would be willing to agree to move for around 3 million per season. So the onus lies with Fulham, whether they will cover that wages or maybe Zinchenko is going to take a further pay cut. As time goes on, we are going to find out. That's just the way it is. Now, we can't even hear say Arsenal won't rival Atletico Madrid for Carlos Augusto. Arsenal and Atletico Madrid are considering the move for Inter Milan left back Carlos Augusto. According to reports in Italy, Atletico Madrid interest dates back to when Andrea Beretta was at the club, and the report states the Gunners' interest is mainly because of their new sporting director has not forgotten. You know, say you get many deals where this Andrea Beretta puts for the pipeline when the Atletico Madrid. That would say don't come out. He's revisiting those deals to activate them. This Augusto are part of them. And if you remember in the morning, the analysis I made about our left back, I told you we have Lewis-Skelly there and we have nobody else, because they look say Calafidi go help deputize for the guys. That's why we were looking at Hato. People going to remind me, say, Satus, you don't mention Jacob Kivior. For one and no times, Jacob Kivior is expected to leave, just like Zinchenko. So I know really sure they mention people I know say Shola, they go deep. Kivior is expected to leave. Probably why they are looking for other people. Just the scenario why they paint. So that's why I go, yes, okay, they're looking at Carlos Augusto, they're looking at Hato. They go at least get one of them. Atletico Madrid wanted to sign, I think, Theo Hernandez of AC Milan. It didn't really work out. So they are still looking at who they go for. So more just to watch, you get. Any way they go, I will let you know. Now, the comparison of Thomas Partey and Christian Nogard is out. And when you look at it, I'll give you context. Don't forget, Partey plays for a team like Arsenal that dominates other teams 9 times out of 10. Whereas Christian Nogard plays for an average team. He's the captain of Brentford. So, and he does more work than Thomas Partey because they don't dominate their opponents. In fact, they are a recessive team. So when you look at the most important metrics wey dey for their position, goals, even though goals no be their primary duty, but he scored more goals than Thomas Partey. Scored 5 goals. He had 4 assists. When it comes to passes attempted, Partey attempted more than him. Long passes attempted, he did more than Partey. Long passes completed, he did more. Partey had about 6 through balls completed, he had 4. When you go look at the second slide, now they can get like more of their core duties wey be say defensive midfielders they do. So when you look at things like take-ons completed, Partey had more. Then when you look at important things like area duels won, area duels success rates, he had more than Partey. Then when it comes to ground duels contested, ground duels won, Partey do more. Clearances, interception, block shots, ball recoveries, he actually did more than Thomas Partey. So at the end of the day, statistics don't lie. This does not mean that the player is better than Thomas Partey in all ramifications. But for last season, he did more, and it is understandable. He don't understandable say he do more because he know they play for team where they dominate. So he's going to be always looking for ball to intercept, unlike Thomas Partey. At the end of the day, it goes to show you that the player is a good player. For those where they say the guy is no good, in fact, I was arguing with somebody today that said the signing of Norgard is not sensible. The thing triggered me. I said, I didn't know this is sensible. We did some back and forth. But at the end of the day, I think it's clear now for you to see the guy is actually a very good signing. All right, let's bring you our first message from one of our sponsors, Zifty Tech, a web development company. They're a trusted brand that can help you launch your professional websites. They build websites like e-commerce, corporate, crypto, real estate. And if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on +234 7036 85 8662. Yes. And if you're interested in any of the services, you can reach out to them on their website also, www.ziftytech.com.ng. And at the same time, let's bring you a message from Poria Logistics and Delivery Services. Now, they're into import and export, pick-up delivery, doorstep delivery, courier delivery, haulage, transport, logistics, dispatch, and errand services. And if you want to reach out to them, you can call them up on +234 8075478645 08092445644, and they can help you ship to USA, Canada, UK, European countries. Even if you want to receive, they'll go help you run out. And their address is Block D Shop 41, Binukono Ultra Modern Market or Jota, Lagos. Then their Ikorodu office is number 28 Oriwo Road, Italewa, Ikorodu, Lagos State. So if you're interested in any of their services, do reach out to them. Now, the Mirror, when they let us know, say Victor Gyokeres has made Manchester United decision as Arsenal prompts a transfer U-turn. In fact, the cocoa of the story, you get, if it is true, now they say Gyokeres, one of the members, agents, don't contact Man U. So they still they open to Man U move, but they will wait. Maybe Man U sell player. Because Man U say they would like to sell some of their players first because money no deal. Man U won't sell Garnacho. Man U won't sell Rashford. Man U won't sell Sancho. So they no get choice. They will be willing to wait for Manchester United. Maybe Man U get all those things done and dusted. All right. So away from that, so reliable sources call let us know say Arsenal, they already agreed personal terms with Valencia centre back Christian Mosquera. The news will break today say Arsenal won't sign Mosquera, who is a centre back for Valencia. So the Arsenal don't already accept personal terms with the player. In fact, more and more people going to talk about the Mosquera. So Nico Shira say agreement in principle between Arsenal and centre back Christian Mosquera for a contract until 2030. Now, Dean James, when they talk about this particular Mosquera, they come to talk say the person where they talk say they get the exclusive for this news. So no being get ammo, you get. So no be hand of Arsenal, formerly called hand of Ozil. So no being get the news. So the person who first break this news and himself report at that time, May 6th, the person Serdep Valencia, a source in Spain, say 9 first report. In fact, the James went as far to come post and see the particular news that time on May 6th. This same story, now another person come they talk exclusive. In fact, the James come they tell Fabrizio Romano say this hand of Arsenal where they talk say exclusive. Not being get the story. How much they pay you? Because it's not an exclusive report. It was first reported in May, and this was what we saw today. Exclusive. Arsenal are targeting Christian Mosquera as the ideal defensive clinic on hand of Arsenal. But at the end of the day, it has turned out that it is not an exclusive report to you. You probably stole it from the original reporter, but it happened for the media space, yes. So at the end of the day, now people like Ryan Taylor, when they buttress waiting Dean James, they talk, say Arsenal are understood to be confident that an agreement can be struck with Valencia for Christian Mosquera for potentially under 17 million. Spanish sources insist and Roberta first established contacts to register Arsenal's interest in the player in early May, which means it's not an exclusive like Hand of Arsenal is saying, because David Ornstein report the same story. He give attribution to Hand of Arsenal, exclusive. Sammy Mokbel, exclusive. Fabrizio Romano, exclusive. Whereas no being get the exclusive. I can't in the pain, no. As a journalist, the pain. Reports where you suffer, go bring. You be the first person to break them. They can't they carry the credits. They give another person the pain. I know they like all that kind of thing again, but it is what it is. Let's move on. Now, because people are saying Benjamin Sesko will follow Arsenal, he also they follow Man City. So it is nothing special. Benjamin Sesko when they hear all these things, Baba can go and follow Man City. Come make sure say now only Arsenal be the only EPL team where they follow. Because when you look at what the daily AFC is reporting, Benjamin Sesko has unfollowed Manchester City on Instagram, making Arsenal the only Premier League side he is following, which means all the things so they talk for social media, Benjamin Sesko they hear all of them. He gets. So for now, he's no longer following Man City. He's just following only Arsenal. What does this mean? Me and you don't know. You get, we know they in mind, but more just the watch, more just the see. Now Ryan Taylor on the talk say Arsenal's interest in Jorel Hesio remains ongoing, but at this stage, any deal will likely depend on the futures of Zinchenko or Jacob Kivior plus Ajax asking price. Don't say that the talk say Jacob Kivior is likely to leave. I see him as a candidate who will leave Arsenal at the end of the day, but that's why I know the account as people go there with us for next season. So let's bring you another message from another of our sponsor, Mobi Wealth Associates and Co Limited. They're into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate and shore protection works. They're also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on +234 8064642234, and they're located at number 7 Ekeniwo Road, or Razi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of the services, do reach out to them. I know they're histing everything so that before I go watch this video, make times today. So the biggest news of the night is the fact that the Sun is reporting that Andrea Berta has opened talks with the Berechie's agents or representatives over an Arsenal move by tomorrow. I hope we'll get more clarity. Maybe we'll accept personal terms in player. Arsenal the para now again. Don't they move. Although we expect to hear something about Gyokeres or Sesko, but we'll still manage all these ones. Why would they look towards that one? So my dear, I think it's a fine place for us to call the show and ends that come your way tomorrow morning to the morning news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. And a good night. And then I'll get mouse. All right, guys. I'll be there soon. Bye.